Alexis, and today we are doing another installment of Ink to Eyes, and we are doing this look right here. This is inspired by a tattoo done by Megan Jean Morris. She was on the last season of Ink Master. I was going through her portfolio on the Ink Master, on the Spike website rather, and I saw this picture and I was like, yes, I have to do that. It kind of reminds me of an evil queen, like the evil queen from Snow White mixed with Maleficent from Sleeping Beauty. Like, do you see what I mean? I think she looks pretty cool. I'll have the picture linked down below if you would like to have it open in a new tab so you can see like what I'm talking about when I'm explaining the look. So yeah, if you want to see how I created this, then keep on watching. So the skin looks very radiant, like very natural, healthy skin looking, which I feel like this sounds very strange because I'm talking about the skin of a person's tattoo of a person. This is all gonna get very like wormholey, but this person has nice skin, the person that she tattooed this on, so therefore the portrait looks like they have very nice skin. So what I'm gonna do is use my Smashbox Pore, I never know what this is called, Photo Finish Foundation Primer, the pore minimizing one. I have just struggled really hard there, and I'm gonna put this where I have pores to make my skin look a little bit more perfected, because this portrait has like perfected beautiful skin. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so she doesn't, by she I mean the portrait. This is, if I say she, I'm talking about the portrait, okay? I'm just trying to make sure we're all clear, nobody's getting confused. So the portrait, she doesn't look like she has a lot going on skin-wise. Like, it doesn't look like she's wearing highlighter or anything like that. So to make my skin just kind of healthy and glowy from within or something like that, I'm going to use the Becca Backlight priming filter, and I'm just going to put that all over my entire face, just so I have a nice, healthy looking glow without having to put on any highlighter or anything, because I don't want to have to put highlighter on, because the skin of this portrait looks like naturally glowy, very radiant, very healthy looking. So I'm not going to oversaturate my skin with like a highlighter or anything like that. I'm just going to use this to get a really nice like lit from within kind of look. And then to even out my skin tone and make my skin look flawless, I'm going to use my Tarte Rainforest of the Sea foundation. I have this in light, medium, neutral. So I'm just going to do that. And then blend it in and around my skin with a Sigma F80. Next, I'm going to take the NYX HD Concealer in Light, and I'm going to just put this under my eyes. Actually, no, you know what? I lied. I'm not going to do that. I lied. I am going to highlight with this. I was just going to put it under my eyes. Actually, I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Hold on. Okay, yes. I am going to highlight with this just because my face, the way my face is shaped, I need a bit more structure. So to act like I have some structure in my face, I'm gonna highlight with my concealer. So triangle under the eyes, down the nose, and on the cupid's bow. And then I'm gonna blend with my Beauty Blender Micro Mini. And then I'm going to use my Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder to set all of that. So under my eyes with the Real Technique setting brush, and the rest of my face with the Danielle powder brush. Next, I'm taking my IT Cosmetics Brow Power, and I'm just going to fill in my brows how I normally would with them. You can really only see like one of her brows. The other one's covered up by like a feather thing, and the other brow, because it's in the shadow, looks extremely dark. but like I said, it's in a shadow. So I'm just gonna fill in my brows how I normally would. And I'm taking my NYX Control Freak Brow Gel just to set them brows. Make sure those hairs don't go anywhere. Next I'm taking the Lorac Behind the Scenes Eye Primer, and I'm going to, if I can, whoa, I squeezed out too much, haha. And I'm gonna prime my eyes. Next for the eyeshadow, I'm using the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. Really, I'm just using the red shades in here. You can see in the picture, she has a red smoky eye. That's literally what's going on here, is a red smoky eye. So that's what I'm gonna do, is a red smoky eye. So I'm gonna start with, I want the crease to be nice and warm, so I'm gonna take the shade Burnt Orange and put that in the crease. I'm gonna put that kind of in and above, I guess. That's right in there. So just like that. Next I'm kind of using the purpley red shades rather than the red shades, because I'm afraid this is going to look like pink eye, even though it might anyway. So anyways, to another more dimension in the crease is what I'm trying to say. I'm going to take the shade Love Letter, which is matte, which is good. So I'm going to take that just on the same brush. I'm just cleaning it off, the same brush that I just used Burnt Orange with, just wiping it clean. And I'm gonna take Love Letter and I'm gonna focus it. So I'm gonna kind of go down into my crease rather than up. I'm gonna focus it more into the crease. And if it gets onto the lid or anything, it's okay. We're going to put another color on the lid anyways. I'm just taking my brush and going right down into my crease. Just wiggling it back and forth. And then to blend those together, I'm going to take a clean blending brush and go over where the shades meet. So they blend into each other a little bit better. Next, I'm going to take the shade Venetian Red, which is almost the same color pretty much as Love Letter, except it's got some shimmer in it. It's maybe more of a satiny kind of finish. So that is the color that I'm going to put all over the lid. So I'm taking my Real Techniques Base Shadow Brush and really tapping off the excess and patting that on the lid, and I'm gonna build this up to the intensity that I want rather than just shoving all of this red eyeshadow onto my lid at one time. So just build it up to the intensity that you want it. Pick up a little bit at a time. Make sure you're tapping off your brush. Sometimes, like, I see people complain about fallout, but they're not tapping off the excess from their brush. So make sure you're tapping off the excess before just like shoving the eyeshadow onto your eye. So there is that, the lid and the crease and stuff. I'm looking at the picture, and on the lower lash line, she has a little bit of darkness, almost like definition on the lower lash line, and then it's blended out with red. So that's what I'm gonna do. Excuse me, on the lower lash line also. So I'm going to take the shade Cypress Umber, which I'm not sure if I'm saying correctly, but just for the sake of it, let's pretend that I am. And I'm going to put that right on the lower lash line. So I think this is a brow brush. Yeah, so I'm taking a brow brush. It's just a angled brush. And I'm going to take some of that shade and I'm gonna put it, this is kind of a big brush, so it's okay if it's not like the thinnest line ever. Just try to get it onto the lower lash line. Get it right into the lashes. And it's contained to the lower lash line. It doesn't connect up in the picture. It doesn't connect up into, open it again. It doesn't connect up like into the crease or the outer V or anything like that. She has like a white highlight right there, which I don't know. I don't understand, really. It just makes a disconnect between the lower lash line and the top lid and everything that's going on up there. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do about that yet, but right now I'm just putting this in the lower lash line. So to blend this out, there's a tickle on my nose and I don't want to scratch it. To blend that out and to add red to the lower lash line, which is what it looks like in this picture also, I'm going to take Love Letter again on this blending brush and blend out that Cypress Umber shade. And with this is what I'll kind of connect it to the top lid with. Just a little bit at least. So the red on the picture goes all the way around the inner corner. I didn't want to do that. Just for the sake of making this a bit more wearable, I did not want to bring the red all the way into the inner corner. So I didn't do that. What I am going to do is highlight with a color that I would usually highlight with, and so for that I'm taking the shade Vermeer, which is a really pale shimmery color. It almost looks a little silvery. So that is the shade I'm going to take to highlight with. So I'm going to put that under the brow. I'm just highlighting like I normally would with like any other makeup look. Even though it doesn't look like she has, well, one eyebrow you can't even see in the picture. The other eyebrow though doesn't look like she has anything, maybe a matte highlight if anything, but just for the sake of making it a little bit more wearable, I'm doing the shimmery highlight. So I'm also going to take that in the inner corner. Just to add a bit more light into the eyes. So that's the eyeshadow done. It's definitely dramatic and not like for every day, but I think it's interesting. It'd be great for like this kind of evil queen Halloween costume maybe. So in the picture it doesn't look like she has any liner. It doesn't even look like she has eyelashes, which is so bizarre. Why doesn't she have eyelashes? So what I'm gonna do, her lower lash line looks blank, empty. Maybe with a tinge of red, but then it really makes it look like pink eye. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my NYX Retractable liner in black and do my tight line, and then I'm going to take the MAC Fascinating Eye Kohl, which is white, and put it in my waterline. So I'm going to do that. Alright, so there's that. My eyes are really watery now. I'm going to curl my lashes and apply mascara. I'm not going to apply falsies. If you were to do this for, say, Halloween, definitely put falsies on. This is a look for falsies. But because she doesn't look like she even has eyelashes, I'm not going to put falsies on. I'm just going to do mascara. So I'm going to curl my lashes and use the Too Faced Better Than Sex Waterproof. So here are the eyes done. Nice and red and smoky and dramatic and evil queen. That's just what she reminds me of. So let's move on to the face. So it looks like she has nothing. She has nothing going on the face at all whatsoever. She doesn't have any kind of blush color, coloring, anything. She's got nothing on her face. On the other side of her face, the part that's more in the shadow, her face shape looks like mine, where she has like a bump of a cheekbone here, but then she has a really smooth, like, bump of cheekbone smoothness, where they're not very prominent and defined cheekbones. So again, to make this more wearable and to just better suit my face shape, I am going to contour and apply blush, and that's as much as I'm going to do. So to contour, I'm going to use my Kevyn the Sculpting powder in medium, like I normally do, and I'm just gonna do my cheekbones. Right here. Oops. Applied a little bit too much. That's okay. Just blend it out. For blush, I'm gonna use my Too Faced Love Flush Blush Palette, like I always do, and because it looks like she has nothing going on her cheeks whatsoever, I'm gonna take the shade Baby Love. So, just right on the cheeks, just to add a little bit of color, even though she doesn't have any. We'll pretend that there's color. Also, if my lip balm has been all over my teeth throughout this whole video, I'm sorry. Okay, so she has a glossy red lip. It has a little bit of like a highlight here, which is why I think that it's glossy. So what I'm gonna use, where did it go? Duh, it's over here. I'm gonna use my YSL Rouge Pour Couture that I know I'm never saying right, in number 1 Le Rouge. This can definitely look matte if you blot it, but if you don't blot it, it has like a sheen, shininess, glossiness to it. So I'm gonna use this. And here is the finished Megan Jean Morris tattoo inspired look. Like I keep saying, Evil Queen, that's just what she reminds me of. I think this would be really cool for Halloween. You could also add some black in the outer V and through the crease to make it a little bit more wearable if that's your thing, but I like how this came out. This was a good one, I think. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. All the links to all my social media will be down in the description, so check me out there. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys again soon. Bye!